Hey everyone, Cam with the Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys with actually a video that I plotted out for this channel before I even made it, but I'm finally now getting to this video. And guys, this video is, want to pick up your sales on eBay? Try this, or at least try these things. So guys, I'm going to go over some big things that you guys can do to actually pick up your sales on your eBay store, because let's face it, sometimes your eBay store, it's like the giant sort of falls asleep. You can do all the work up front, and then all of a sudden you're not getting any sales, and you're like, I did all the work, what am I doing wrong? Guys, the eBay algorithm is an interesting one, so there's a lot of things that you should, potentially, a lot of stuff to do if you guys aren't getting the sales. So with that said, I'm just going to hop right on into it and start listing off these things. So first things first, make more listings. I know, you guys are going to think, I already have 500 listings, I can't make more listings, I already have 1,000, 10,000. Guys, the eBay algorithm wants you to continuously be listing things. I know that is really difficult for some people's stores. For instance, I just bought some holsters for my pew pew, and let's face it, if you're a holster company, there's only so many pew pews out there. You don't want to like redesign a whole new holster every single time to make a new one. It's like, no, I'm happy with the 10 ones that I have. I don't have any more listings to make. Okay, I sort of understand that. There are some other things that I will be listing off down the road, well, later in this video at least, that might potentially help you guys out with that sort of business plan. But for me, I do antique books. This channel is all about antique book selling, or at least book selling in general. So obviously a lot of the fixes that I'm going to do are going to apply to that. But you guys, if you apply your brain, use that little gray stuff between your ears a little bit, you guys we'll probably be able to figure out a few things that you guys could do that sort of will carry over between eBay things, because let's face it, eBay, we all have the same algorithm, so obviously what works for books may very well work for other people. But first things first, make some new listings. Just buy it now listings. If that's what the rest of your store has, just buy it now once. Nice and simple. Done. An additional thing, when you're making your new listing, do a lowball. Guys, people love lowballs, and the people that follow your store, there are people who will religiously follow some people's stores because they know that this person has exactly what they're looking for. And as such, when you have their thing, and if you do a lowball offer for it, they will buy it. They will buy it right quick. I've had a lot of listings, guys, where I'm not going to say I was doing like too much of a lowball, but I mean, I was priced fairly competitively. And a lot of the times, guys, I will sell some of these items like when I'm doing my listing, guys, I will have like a stack of books that I'm listing. I will list a book, and I know it's a lowball one. I know it'll sell pretty quick. And by the time I'm not even done doing my next listing, that book that I just did is already sold and already paid for, and I need to ship it off. It's like, wow. When you guys do lowballs, you can get sales that fast. Why does it matter to get a sale that fast? Well, first off, you get that little dopamine rush of, I just got a sale. Yeah, my business is real. But also, more importantly, something I found is that with eBay, when it rains, it pours. That's something I've referred to it as, at least. And that is, like, guys, as soon as you get, like, one sale, eBay's algorithm seems to be like, oh, this store's real. We should show more people their stuff. And you actually end up getting a couple more sales pretty quickly. So, of course, that's not guaranteed. Just off the cuff, I would say the amount of times that I go from, like, no sales to one person bought one thing, and then because that one person bought something, I get a few more sales. I would say, let's just say a third of the time that's what happens. So I might go like a day, 2 days, 3 days without any sales, and then all of a sudden I get one, and then boom, like I get a few more within, I'm going to say like 3 hours or something like that. So to go from no sales for 3 days, even a week, and then all of a sudden have a bunch, when it rains, it pours. That's where that whole mentality comes from for me. So that's number 2. Number 3 is auctions. Guys, I actually just did a few auctions on my store. I wasn't selling books, I was selling silver on it, because I had some silver I wanted to liquidate to fund my prospecting trip, which was quite the trip. Guys, there are a lot of ticks in the desert. I've been to the desert many a time, never had a tick before. This time I had more ticks than I could keep up with. It was insane. I don't think any bit me, believe it or not. And I know that sounds like, oh, well, if you saw them, they got you. And I'm telling myself that, but I don't have any tick bites. So I'm still getting over the shock of that, because there were a lot of ticks. Whew. Maybe my blood's sour, I don't know. But anyhows, I did some auctions for my eBay store, but I was just selling some silver to fund my trip. With that said, though, it was sort of surprising, and not surprising at the same time, because I sort of know how eBay works, because I've been using eBay for 1 or 2 years. That's sarcasm, guys. I've been doing a little bit longer than that. But I did these auctions, and I actually had some attention on my other book listings that were just buy it now listings. And that, guys, again, sort of plays into what I said previously with number 2 of, well, when it rains, it pours. So you get a couple sales, more people are going to be coming in. You get people going to your store. eBay's going to reward your traffic with more traffic. It's sort of like a winner-take-all mentality with the eBay algorithm a lot of the times. So when you get some traffic, you'll get more. Because I had those auctions going, because those auctions were drawing in people, eBay was obviously giving me some more attention, some more traffic. Of course, what you should do for your auctions is sell something like the other things that you have in your store. So for me, with my silver items that I was selling, how many people that were buying my silver were going to go on and buy books? Like maybe 1/10 of 1%, let's face it. So that obviously is not really what you want. What you want is to have auction items that someone's going to go bid on your stuff and maybe check out the rest of your store and be like, oh, I want to buy this, this, and this while I'm here. That's what you ideally want, because let's face it, you make a lot more money when someone's buying a bunch of stuff from you all at once and you're not having to pay for the promoted listings fees and all these things. It's a lot better for you to have people buy everything all at once from you. So that's another thing to keep in mind. So that's number 3. Number 4 is run a sale, guys. I've said it 100 million times potentially, but if you run a sale, people like a deal, like legitimately. I was actually talking to my parents about this one, and I was like, yeah, it was funny. Right before my trip, I actually did a 5% off sale, and I had just come off of I think it was like a 35% sale. I did a quick 5% sale like the day before I left for my trip and had quite a few sales, and my dad was like, oh yeah, no one does anything for 5%. I'm like, that's what you think, but then all of a sudden you do it, and all of a sudden a bunch of people hop on and are like, oh, I saved 5%, but no one acted for the 35% sale. And guys, I know 35% off is a big sale. I was doing it to try to clear out more inventory, but people like 5% for some reason. And it's funny, I cannot recall for sure, but isn't eBay, when you say like you want to set up a promotion, isn't it like defaulted to like 30%? It's sort of funny that that's like the default, when for me at least, lower discounts than that seems to be what like sort of draws people and draws some traffic and gets you some good sales. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Of course, there are a lot of other things that you guys can do for your eBay business beyond just making some more listings, doing a deep discount on some listings, not like a discount promotion, but like actually like some flash sale, loss leader sort of things, doing some auctions and promotions. There are some things you guys can do beyond those 4 things. Potentially, I was thinking I might even make a playlist of talking more about this sort of thing. So be sure to let me know what you guys think about that. Drop it in the comments. Give this video 100 million views and 7 million likes. I don't know. Up to you guys for that. But long story short, there's a lot of things that you guys can do to draw people to your store. And I guess sort of a tip 4.5, if you will, when you have your eBay store, you can get some followers to your store. And sometimes, the reason why it's 4.5 is sometimes when you're doing a promotion, you can actually send out that promotion to your people that follow your store, so you can like send stuff out to them via that way. There is of course also people who, as you're doing your business, are like, hey, if you have anything more like this, please be sure to let me know. So obviously keep an eye out for those sorts of items. There's a lot of things that you guys can do beyond those main 4. In fact, feel free to drop that in the comments as well, of what you guys do to pick up your own sales. The reason why I'm doing this video now at long last, because again, I planned this video when I made this channel, before I made this channel. The reason why I'm doing it finally is, well, I did time away while I was out prospecting in the desert getting sunburned. So when I got back, I was like, oh, I'm not going to have a whole lot of sales. This is a rough thing, because remember, I did the whole video. In fact, I'll link to it at the end, right there at the very end, of, hey, don't do time away if you don't have to, because it really messes with your sales. And I was thinking when I got home, I'm like, man, I'm not going to have any sales, Turned time away off on my eBay store. In fact, I actually waited a whole day to do it, because I just, first off, didn't have the time, and second off, was still a little bit tired from being in the desert, scared for my life because of ticks, stinking ticks. I think there were enough ticks to drain you dry. Whew, those things were plentiful. But anywho's, I was actually worried I'd not get any sales, but it was funny, like shortly after I ended my time away, I actually got quite a few sales. So potentially I might even be adding do time away to get you some more sales. I don't know. But that's that. I've done some other videos, sorry guys, in the past of other things that you guys can do to increase your sales. So be sure to check out my channel for that. You guys can click it down below there. In fact, there's a little icon thing, I believe it's right over there, that you guys can click. I think you can only subscribe there. I don't know. But you guys can check out my channel, see all my videos. I have a lot of videos. All the information, as far as I know, is pretty current. And be sure to check all that out, guys. With that said and done, thank you guys for watching. cough cough, I know you guys might not think I read your comments if you guys are new to the channel, but if you are here and you've been here for a while, you know that I do read my comments and respond to 99.9% of them. If I don't, it's because I didn't see it more often than not. But there was a commenter, yeah, I think it might have been a year ago at this point, I'm sorry guys, but they said to try saddle soap on books. I have not tried it yet, but I tried it on my boots because I don't want to try saddle soap on a book. First things first, I'll try it on something that I can re-oil and fix up my own a lot faster than a book. But I tried it on my boots, guys. There's going to be a video about saddle soap in the near future. Of course, big preface, I'm not going to say that you guys should do saddle soap on every single book that's ever existed, that you own, that you have. Don't use it as your maintenance stuff. But it definitely has its place. I will fully and strongly say that right here and right now, but that's for another video. So with that said though, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out that video I mentioned right on there, and I will see you guys in the next one.